The land of Numbra is a place of its own. For hundreds of years we have been ignored by the rest of the world, left alone, slumbering in the shadow. Not that it bothers me in the slightest. Our homeland is harsh and unforgiving. Only the strongest survive, while the weak get crushed. Still, that didn't stop the Kamloops, a small pitiful nation, from migrating here. Exhausted from the everlasting conflicts and wars from their rival neighbors, the Kamloops left everything behind. Everything but a foolish hope for better days. They established their new home in the heart of the dangerous Numbra, hidden in permanent darkness. Or so they thought, since for every beginning, there has to be an end.
Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to Lightfall. This is another game that is on Kickstarter. Hopefully you're noticing a theme here. I actually plan to cover a few Kickstarter games in the near future, as well as other releases up and coming. But this is, like I said, Lightfall. It is a platformer as well. They seem to be a common theme right now. But this one is another one that's pretty nicely done. It reminds me aesthetically a lot of the Limbo game. Yeah, it's if you're even looking at the screen right now, you're seeing where that aesthetic is happening. But this one is in color, so that is a nice change. And its platforming is more along the lines, I would say Sonic, but later on it kind of devolves away from Sonic and more into the realm of more modern platformers. This is not really a retro platformer. But we can go ahead and drop down here, and we'll go ahead and just keep moving forward through it. This is the part that will remind most people of Limbo. It's kind of a paced, almost steady flowing platformer at certain points, with these gears turning with the platforms on them. Now, that is actually a strategy that's been used in a lot of different games, but in this one it kind of slows you down. Oops, I just completely messed up right there. Gonna have to wait for it again. It's the danger of commentating while playing, I guess. But if you touch light, you tend to die, and we're going to find that out the hard way right up here. There's another checkpoint. I do like the checkpoints in this one. They're rather generous. I don't know if I really like them being quite as obvious as they are. Maybe if they were a little bit more subtle, it'd be a little bit easier to deal with. And yes, you do have Strix, the narrator, in the background. You'll be introduced to him later. You actually heard him early on in the cinematic that I let play through at the very beginning. Now, if you touch those, you will die. You are a creature of shadows, and you will summon things from the shadows. And yeah, I'm already running, so I don't really need to look at the tutorial. As with most of the demos for Kickstarter games, it's going to be almost entirely tutorial rather than anything else. Now, we do have the box here, and we can actually use that to double jump. So yeah, you can get it up under yourself, and you can cast it a grand total of, I believe, 3 or 4 times before landing, and it'll run out of energy. If we do it right here, you'll notice that as we go up, it starts getting dimmer, and we can't really do it again until we hit the ground and it relights, which is kind of neat, I think. But these little crystals will kill us, as I said before, so you really need to be careful about doing that. I do notice that there is a bit of an issue with jumping up the walls. Sometimes you'll trigger this if you do them too quickly, but it's not too bad. I shouldn't really fault them on too many bugs in a early demo like this. And frankly, this game plays almost like a finished product. Oh crap, I almost just fell in there. If I do fall down, I will die. This is just water, it won't hurt us. But that purple stuff down below will. Okay, there we go. I'm just fumbling about. Don't want to go on the backside of that. I don't know if there's any hidden things in this, but it wouldn't surprise me if there were. Let's go ahead and get down here. Now, there are certain parts of this that kind of separate it from Limbo. There are a lot of time-based functions that make it a little bit more stressful to go through certain areas. There we go. And we'll go down here, and here is where you're going to see this. I'll probably die here. Okay, let's hit the ground. Okay, and get through. Yeah, if you're running along there and you just stay on the ground, you will get stabbed by the spikes. But this is where it introduces you to Strix through a bit of a cinematic. Oh, we get hit by something first. There you go. He's going to catch us as we fall to our doom. But this is where they introduce the narrator. The owl that you saw early on is actually the guy speaking, and he'll tell you about the lore of the world through the Kickstarter introduction. I'm not going to take you guys through all of it. I'm just going to introduce you to some of the mechanics. You actually have some things that you need to basically encounter first to be able to use all the functions. Yeah. He's having us keep moving forward. But this is where the little creature is settled, and I'm going to talk over the lore here because I actually want you guys to play the demo. Oh, that's going to be evil. But I do want to show you the basic mechanics. We do have this block here. You can use it to block the lasers. This is them introducing that, which I think is a rather ingenious thing. You don't actually have to worry about blocking this laser here because, well, you can't jump up there. But it introduces you to the concept that that block can work for that, which you'll need later on in the demo and later on in the game. Now, there is a quick way and a slow way to do this. I'm going to do the quick way. Yoink. Wait for it to go up a little bit more. Boom. 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 Try not to touch those glowy spots or spikes, and I really do appreciate the fact that they're so differentiated from the scenery that they really stand out as something hazardous, which is really cool. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here before we start introducing the deities. The voice acting is solid, and I could see it, not necessarily a AAA title, but with most indie titles, this is above average voice acting, which I really appreciate. The aesthetic and the movement is very fluid. The only thing that sometimes glitches up is the little block thing, but that's something that they can work out through development over the next several months. I forget what their planned release for this was. Should it actually release as a full-fledged title? But we go ahead and block that, move down, and that's pretty much the entirety of the mechanics of the demo. If you guys enjoyed this, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go here before going on to give away any more of the lore of it. You'll actually get introduced to the gods by moving on further in the demo. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time whenever we cover possibly another Kickstarter, or maybe I'll be doing a Gamerify. We shall see what time tells, and yeah, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. See you guys next time. Bye.